Mark, do you feel that now you're in second place, it's a case of kicking on and you need to find that consistency to continue things on?
I think we've said that from day one. It's about the team gelling, introducing new bodies and trying to deliver a level of consistency, the right quality of consistency that we're looking for. And I think the last 5 or 6 games we've been there, we had one poor half against St Johnstone second half. But other than that, we've been a steady increasing, I think, uptrend. And we're in good shape. A good performance at the weekend. We're enjoying training. The boys are nice and bright. Their approach has been first class, good work ethic, and we're looking forward to what we know will be a tough game at Ross County. There's no doubt about that. They've had some disappointing results, but their performances haven't really merited some of the results they've achieved. So there's no doubt they're a good team, well managed, good quality throughout. So we know it's a tough test.
Are you looking up just now, or realistically do you have to look what's behind you?
No, it's just about Rangers. It's not about other teams. There's no point me talking about other teams. I'm sure other managers will say exactly the same. It's about us. We have to go into every game, one game at a time, delivering that consistency that you mentioned earlier. And if we do that, we'll be in a good place. So right now, after this apparently sluggish start to the season, we're getting there slowly.
In terms of the title race, or a title race just now, are Rangers still able to challenge for the league title?
I said right at the start of the season, I haven't changed my rhetoric in any way, any shape or form. It's about us being highly competitive. I'm not going to mention about other teams, it's only about us going to every single game. And if we can maintain and constantly improve that level of consistency, we'll be okay. Let's see where we are come May. Judge us at the end of the season, that's what I'm saying.
But does that mean highly competitive? Does that mean challenging for the league? Or does that mean making sure you get...
We have to go as high as we possibly... We have to go and accrue as many points as we possibly can over the duration of the course of a long season. That's our aim. And as I say, let's see where we are come the end of the season in May.
Would it take something spectacular for you to win the league, although it's still early in the league just now with the points difference?
It's early in the campaign, so all I'm going to focus on is Ross County, the international break. Right now, the only focus will be the next game. And after Ross County, then we'll move on from there.
Mark, as you look to consolidate second spot, Ross County, Dundee, Thistle, and then you've got big games, Hearts, Aberdeen. How do you assess this next 4 or 5 week period that comes up as you try to...
It's the same as every 4 or 5 week period. As I say, you don't get any more points for beating Hearts or Aberdeen than you do for Partick or whoever it may be. So it's one game at a time. It has to be, as I say, it's 3 points. It's the 3 points on offer, and that's what we have to do. And we have to look at the quality of our performance, as I said earlier, and try and keep constantly improving that. And if we can do it, we'll be in a good place. And the last performances have been decent. As I say, one poor second half over the last 6 games, league games. But apart from that, we've been a constantly improving trend, and we have to maintain that.
Can you give us a confirmation of Nico Crancher's?
Yeah, Nico unfortunately suffered the ACL. So he's actually right now having the ACL reconstruction by the best surgeon in the country down in London. So Nico will go into that. And as I say, unfortunately, more and more players suffer this injury. It's almost commonplace now, which is hard to say. But it's a 6-month rehabilitation programme. He'll begin that almost immediately. And as I say, we look forward to welcoming him back. It's so disappointed for him because the people in the building here know how hard he worked. And you could all see the quality that he was shown on a regular basis and getting stronger, fitter, quicker, etc. So he's been well looked after. He'll work hard, undoubtedly. And as I say, we look forward to welcoming him back.
By all accounts, he was coming into his A game just as
he was looking very good. Partick, etc. And in Vanessa Way, people at the game saw his quality. He can control the tempo of a game. His technical attributes are therefore to see. His fitness levels, which he was working on every single day, were improving noticeably, and he was in a good place. So disappointed for Nico, but his strength of character, the quality of individual that he is, I've no doubt he'll return even stronger.
Does that make you reassess now, come January, what you might need rather than want?
We have to look at it in terms of what options we have. Maybe if the right player becomes available, we may go for a loan option, possibly. That would be maybe the route we might take. But we have Jordan Roster coming back to fitness. We have Matt Crooks getting fit. You're seeing from Josh and Holty and Andy Halliday, etc., what they can do on a regular basis. So we're having some options there. It's making sure we have the strength and depth as you go into the winter period, the heavier pitches, etc., and the likelihood of injury being raised slightly.
So what you're saying, there will be minor tweaks come the January?
Possibly. As I said, we'll see how the squad shapes up, how fitness goes from here. As I say, we welcome Jordan back very soon. Matt Crooks is back in and he'll play a couple more 20s games, but 15 minutes for the first team. Great to welcome them and see them return to full fitness. But you have to make sure you have cover in all key areas.
Lee Wallace back in the Scotland squad. We well merited if he gets a crack at England next week.
There's no doubt about that. He's an outstanding captain for Rangers, Lee. So impressed by the way he talks, the way he conducts himself, the relationship he has with the players in the dressing room. Delighted for Lee, fully justified. As I say, he's just been named in the squad. I saw lots of things about what Lee was apparently saying about playing at Wembley, and Lee would never do that. Lee simply mentioned I was there, mentioned that the squad hadn't yet been named. Now he has been named in the squad. Good luck to him. Go and train well, Lee, and see what happens for the Wembley fixture.
Mark, when you look at the business you did in the summer, and two of the most recognisable names were Joey Barton and Nico Crancher, and you might have had plans to use them going forward. How frustrating is it that for one reason or another now you've not been able to...
Things happen in football. Things happen. That's how the game is. Sometimes you think you've got all the bases covered. That's when you're most exposed. So right now, delighted with the way Andy Halliday, for example, has stepped into the breach, and he's been outstanding, Andy Halliday. Jason Holt was out, don't forget, for 9 or 6 weeks. So it took him a couple of games to find his feet and get his fitness. But again, you saw against Kilmarnock the impact he can have, the cleverness of his play. Josh Windass likewise had a hamstring injury that hampered him over a series of weeks, and again finding his fitness and impacting games and getting man of the match, etc. So we welcome that back. Michael Halloran into the team, been very good for the last 2 games. So we're using the squad. We've had Martin Waghorn, we've had Harry Forrest, we've had Barry Mackay. We've got options, attacking options, and so the game throws up different challenges, and you have to deal with them.
When will you speak with Dave King in terms of looking at January, as you were mentioning there? You might do some business. Is that something that is actively ongoing, the dialogue, or...?
It's every day. It's every day. It's important to have the lines of communication, and we speak to Stuart and Andrew every day. I spoke to them again just now after training. I'll speak again this afternoon, and I've always emphasised the quality of the communication. It's important that they know exactly what we're thinking, and vice versa. We put forward our ideas, our targets, possible targets, viable opportunities, whatever it may be. January is notoriously difficult.
You're a man that's worked in the city. When the club's annual accounts came out, did you look over them? Was there anything that concerns for yourself?
You saw the basic facts, didn't you? Which is the club moving in the right direction, and we have to keep doing that. And I know so much work is going on behind the scenes. So we mentioned right at the very start, the club from being taken over again is moving forward. We have to build strong foundations, and the chairman and the board and everyone in the club is all moving in the same direction.
Mark, I think you said at your previous news conference you were pointing out the additions that you made in the summer, loan. Today you mentioned January, possibly another loan. Is that still where the financial situation is with the club? There won't be significant money to invest in terms of
it's not that at all. It reflects the value of the quality players down south. If you want to go and loan a player, you can get access. If you use the loan market wisely, you maybe are fortunate enough to access a player that you simply couldn't afford to buy. That goes for any club in Scotland. Some of these guys, so the wages down south and the prices down south, it's a different market. We've said that from day one, and it's constantly moving, and the gap is getting wider. It's not narrowing, the gap is getting wider, and it will continue to get wider as the money in the football in the Premier League increases. So it's about accessing the players you can actually access. So if we can showcase what Rangers has to offer in terms of playing in front of 50,000, the expectation, the playing surface, and all of these other attributes that help young players develop, if we can showcase that and work close with 1 or 2 clubs, then the loan options become viable.
Come back to Nico, you said these ACL injuries are becoming more and more common. Innocuous out there on the training ground. Why do you think that is? It
happens. As I've seen today, and other players out. I don't know the nature of Danny Ings, for example. He's out, will be ruled out for the rest of the season. I've just seen on the news, tragic for another very talented young player, and it seems to be more commonplace. Maybe it's the pace of the game. The pace of the game is getting ever quicker. Is it the footwear? I don't know what it is, but certainly it's a high quality of pitches here. But it's just I'm saying freak. That's the wrong word. Freak accident. It's just very, very unfortunate, but it's happened to more and more players.
Has he suffered an injury like that before, or something serious like that?
No, not at all. So as I say, from Nico, obviously he's a player with 81 caps for Croatia, so he's been through the mill, so to speak. But no, it's just so unfortunate that a player that's worked so hard and was starting to have the impact that we knew he could have is being frustrated in this manner. But I've no doubt, as I said earlier, that he'll come back stronger than ever.
You mentioned young talent there. Chatting in the press today about Billy Gilmore attracting attention from down south. What can you tell us about this kid and how keen you are to keep hold of him?
Billy Gilmore's a product of the academy. The academy worked so hard. I was at the Hall of Fame dinner, and I heard Hugh McIlvanney speak about the need to produce 2, 3, 4 outstanding young talents. I think Billy Gilmore could well be one of those such talents. The English clubs, the scouting networks are such that they know all the players in Europe basically. So there's no secrets there. But we have to, as always, with all the players, you have to showcase the benefits of staying at a club like Glasgow Rangers.
Michael Halloran and Joe Garner have worked well together in recent games. Is that a link up you'll be looking to utilise in the future more?
It's using the squad. It's utilising the squad. As I said, if you look back, Martin Waghorn's been outstanding. Started the 5 previous games. Started against Inverness, but we have to use the squad. That's what we have to. We have to give the squad the absolute belief that whoever we choose, if I choose Martin Waghorn wide right, Michael Halloran, Joe Dodu, Harry Forrester, whoever we choose, I use James Tav in one game. Whoever we choose, I have no fear of them at all. And David and I, absolutely, and all the staff have no worries about any individual in the squad.
Ross County, like we touched on earlier, suffering from heavy defeats in recent games, and had to warn the players against complacency at all.
No, we know what we have to do. I think the results have been unfair on Ross County. Obviously, the results are the results, but I think anyone watched the games, they didn't deserve those results. We know they're a very good team. We know they're very well managed. We know the quality they possess. So it's a tough test, tough place to go. It's a new one for me. So we're looking forward to it. We know it'll be a tough test, but we want these games. We're in good shape, we're training really well, and we're looking forward to the fixture.
Can I ask one last question about, just we're asking every top flight manager looking ahead to the England-Scotland match, what your favourite England-Scotland memory is?
Euro 96, I was there, Gascoigne, over the top of a certain defender on the floor, and then Gascoigne, that would be my favourite memory, magnificent.
Were you there?
Sorry, I apologise for you.
You did, in what capacity were you there?
I was there as a spectator, every game I was there. Had tickets for the final, which were a waste of time, unfortunately. But no, it was a great tournament, great atmosphere, and that England-Scotland game, it was a tight game, the penalty. It was a magnificent feature of a fixture rather, and the atmosphere was outstanding. So looking forward to it.